You lost, not because you were weak, but because you talked too much. Every single time you boasted about your plan, complained about a rival, or justified your actions, you handed your opponents a weapon. Machiavelli knew the secret. The loudest person in the room is always the weakest. Talking doesn't win wars, and sharing certainly doesn't build power. You are not here to be liked. You are here to win. This is power training. We are going deep into the Machiavellian strategy of silence, the psychological reason why talking sabotages your success. We are breaking down 5 iron laws on how to shut up, conceal your power, and finally win the games you've been losing. Stop talking. Start dominating. The world rewards those who move in silence and strike without warning. You must stop explaining. Stop announcing. Stop seeking validation. Power belongs to those who move in silence and strike without warning. Machiavelli understood this better than anyone. He didn't just write about deception, he lived it. He knew the moment you reveal your plans, you give others the chance to ruin them. The greatest leaders, conquerors, and strategists in history didn't waste time justifying themselves. They acted while their enemies talked. They took control. Look at Julius Caesar. He didn't win because he talked about his ambitions. He won because he kept them hidden. When he crossed the Rubicon and took Rome, it wasn't after months of announcing his plans. It was swift, sudden, and without warning. His enemies were still talking, still debating, still trying to figure out his next move. By the time they understood, it was already too late. The lesson is clear. Stop talking. Stop revealing. Stop thinking that other people need to understand you. They don't. And the more you try to explain yourself, the weaker you appear. Words are for people who need permission. Action is for those who take what they want. Machiavelli's entire philosophy is based on controlling the environment. And the first thing you must control is your own mouth. Silence is a shield. The less they know, the more they have to guess. And when people are guessing, they are hesitant. That is when you win. The first iron law is simple. Always say less than necessary. When you are silent, you force people to overthink. They project their fears onto you. They wonder what you're planning, what you're thinking, and what you're hiding. And in that uncertainty, you have the advantage. Most people talk because they crave reassurance and validation. But those who truly hold power never feel the need to explain themselves. Weak people ramble. They over-explain. Strong people don't waste words. When you speak less, your words carry more weight. When you say nothing, your presence alone becomes a statement. Never justify. Silence is the only justification power needs. The second iron law is to conceal your true intentions using a smokescreen. This is the ultimate deception. If people know what you want, they can block you. Talk incessantly about a false objective, a plan that serves your purpose but is not the full truth. Keep them chasing shadows. Look at history's great military strategists. When Napoleon planned his campaigns, he never let his enemies understand his movements. He tricked them into expecting an attack from one direction, only to strike from another. His genius wasn't just in battle, it was in the fact that by the time his enemies reacted, he had already won. Silence about your real objective is the greatest tactical advantage. Only the outcome should speak, not the planning. The third iron law is that power is demonstrated, not discussed. Stop relying on arguments or promises. They only generate resentment and suspicion. Words are cheap. Anyone can make promises or act like they know what they're doing. But the real winners don't talk about winning. They win Strong people don't justify their actions. They act, and they let the results speak for themselves. If someone questions you, let them wonder. If someone doubts you, let them be surprised later. The best moves are the ones no one sees coming. The fourth iron law is to cultivate an aura of calculated unpredictability. Predictability is death in the game of power. If people know what you want or what you fear, they can use it against you. Be deliberately inconsistent. Intermittent, seemingly irrational acts will keep opponents off balance, desperately trying to figure you out. Look at Napoleon again. His enemies never knew his next move. They assumed, they guessed, and because of that, they made mistakes. Meanwhile, he acted without hesitation, striking before anyone could react. You must master this one thing above all: mystery. When people don't know your thoughts, they don't know how to react. They hesitate. That hesitation is your control. The ultimate level of power is complete invisibility. The most dangerous player in any game is the one you don't see coming. This is the ghost strategy. Winning without being seen, striking without warning, and controlling without exposing yourself. True power isn't about the title. It's about the influence behind the scenes. Kings and presidents are often just figureheads, while the real decisions are made by the unseen hands controlling them. Take Cardinal Richelieu, the man who ruled France from the shadows. He was never king, but he controlled the king. The real power was in the influence, not the position. Avoid the spotlight. The moment you become the face of power, you become the target. Stay behind the scenes where you are untouchable. Speak through others. Have others say what you want said. This way, you maintain power while avoiding resistance. The ultimate deception is silence. When you move in silence, people assume you're weak, they underestimate you, and they don't see you as a threat until it's too late. So, shut up. Stop sharing. Stop explaining. Stop thinking that words will save you. They won't. Only action will. Move in silence. Strike without warning. Win without explanation. Weak men want to be understood. Strong men want to be feared. The world does not reward those who share. It rewards those who know when to stay silent. Choose one of these 5 laws today, perhaps the law of ambiguity, and commit to reducing your unnecessary speech by 50%. The results will be immediate. If this script gave you the clarity to re-evaluate your communication, hit the like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the psychology of power. Now, close your mouth, open your mind, and go win.